Hey everybody, welcome back to the Thinking Crypto channel. I've got some additional thoughts and details and facts I want to share with you guys about the Ripple SEC situation. Before we go further, we're closely approaching 50,000 subscribers. So please hit that thumbs up button, leave a comment below, and hit the subscribe button if you're new here. It helps support the channel and it doesn't cost you anything. Guys, friendly reminder and some clarity. The SEC has not officially sued Ripple. Ripple put out some information saying the SEC will be suing them. So this hasn't taken place at the lawsuit itself, right? So I just want to make sure that's clear. But Ripple is playing a bit of offense here, a preemptive strike to get ahead of the curve here before the news comes out through the grapevine and so on and so forth. And they put out their stance on what they plan to do. So let's see if the SEC balks here or they actually jump in and do what they're going to do and file the suit. But the XRP price, surprisingly, is not taking like a 30% hit as we've seen other coins when negative news comes out just completely dump. It's currently sitting at 47 cents. So that's a good sign. And once again, the actual lawsuit from the SEC has not been filed yet. Now, something that's interesting, I think Ripple has a lot of power behind them. And this situation will work out well, I think, in the long run. In the short term, I don't know. We'll just have to see how things play out, right? There's a lot of unknowns here. But Stuart Alderati, what he said in his tweet after reading it a couple times, this is very interesting. He said here's the plus side. The industry will finally get the clarity it deserves. Goodbye, Howey test. Hello, Ripple test. Now, why would you say something like that? An 80-year-old test that exists, to test stocks and securities and so forth. And he said goodbye. And he said the industry will finally get the clarity it deserves. I think Ripple has an ace up their sleeve. I think there's a bit of posturing here, a bit of a power play, political play, however you want to say it, because guess what? Jay Clayton, on his way out, he's connected to the traditional banks and SWIFT and all of that, the traditional financial world. They don't want to give up that power. And I think there's a power struggle here. That's why he hasn't done anything over the 7 years. All of a sudden, he has a week left and he's dropping this bomb and leaving it for the next administration or the next chairman, I should say, to handle it. That's, like I said in my video yesterday, a dick move, right? But also something as like a power of flexing his muscles, right? Saying, see what I can do here? You can't bypass the SEC. So I think Ripple does have an ace up their sleeve based on what Stuart Alderati has said. And remember, he's general counsel at Ripple. So that's another fact. And once again, that lawsuit hasn't actually been filed yet. Now, Ryan Selkis, the man who used to hate Ripple and XRP, but got educated when he spoke to the folks at Bitso and learned how they're using XRP, he's had the same thoughts as I did. After a night's sleep, he has some thoughts on this, and it's a really good thread. I'm going to read it through for you guys. A lot of facts. He says, first of all, the USG is going to lose. I don't even need to read the complaint. They might force a settlement, but they're outclassed on legal. Remember, Ripple engaged with former SEC Chair Mary Jo White in a civil matter in 2018. A hint of their money. Ripple has government officials, banking officials, regulators, Ben Losky, all these guys. They've got so many people at their disposal, and they've got a lot of connections. Remember, Congressman Tom Emmer said XRP is not a security. The former CFTC chairman, Chris Giancarlo, said XRP is not a security. That's power. You have these influential government officials coming out publicly saying that about a crypto. So you know how big this thing is going to be, right? Okay, moving forward. Second, the USG should lose. The SEC restrictions on non-accredited investors, the ridiculous Howey test, 80-year-old securities law like the 40 Act all need to die in fire. They are un-American and completely outdated. I hope Ripple wins. And he says, what? Like, people are going to be like, what? Really? Because you used to hate Ripple, right? But shout out to Ryan. People who are able to admit their mistakes and learn, I have much respect for them. Much respect. If you're just closed-minded and you're just going about your way and you keep repeating the same BS, I don't have respect for you. But if you're saying, hey, you know what, I was wrong about that. It's actually, you're correct. And you adjust your your respective thoughts and statements and so forth. So Ryan continues. He says here, third, it's incumbent upon industry to self-police and hold a moral high ground. I give certain individuals A's and others F's, but as a whole, the most powerful people and companies generally take a Swiss neutrality stance on assets. So we're effectively in this together. He's right. I said it in yesterday's video. This is not just about XRP. This is about VeChain. This is about Cardano. This is about Propi. This is about Chainlink. This is about Tezos. What about the other 2,000 cryptos and digital assets in the market? It can't just be Bitcoin and Ethereum. We know others exist, and as this market grows, those other ones are going to become relevant. But without the distinction, companies can't use it, right? Look at VeChain. I'm bullish on VeChain. It has a real-world use case, guys. But guess what? It's going to be hindered to a certain degree because it doesn't have the clarity in the United States. So he's absolutely right. You got to look at this macro level and look at the overarching theme here of the market, the crypto market, not just Bitcoin market, not just Ethereum market, not just XRP market. The crypto market has to move forward, and you need this clarity. So he said here, we're in this together to draw lines of regulatory demarcation. XRP as a security further hurts the U.S. businesses while global comms will continue to make these markets. So he's absolutely right. The other G20 countries, XRP is not a security. They've given the regulatory clarity, guys. It's just in the United States. And of course, like I said at the beginning of the video, this is a power play. A lot of these traditional financial guys, the banking consortium and whatever it is here in the United States, they don't want to give up that power. But guess what? Disruption happens and they will lose it. XRP as a security also means other assets will meet the same fate. At least Ripple has the money to fight. Absolutely true statement here, guys. Perfectly summarized. This is not just about XRP, guys. This is about digital assets in the crypto market versus the traditional financial world and the power struggle between those two. So ultimately, the USG won't kill a domestic golden goose, talking about Ripple. The US will soon be on the take as well. Fine Ripple, extract tax future Ripple XRP sales, extract, keep Ripple funding California. Ripple will settle and get more aggressive in marketing. So he's absolutely right. This is how I see it playing out. XRP right now is not a security. When it was initially created and how the distribution and everything happened back then, it was a security. But as we've seen from folks at the CFTC and many folks have talked about, even Hester Pierce put out the crypto, I forget what it's called, I think sandbox, where companies can operate in that sandbox so they don't fall under securities laws and eventually become decentralized and no longer be a security. So he's absolutely right. Ripple may have to pay a fine and move forward, just like the other companies. This is not going to stop anything. And even if they're declared a security, at least you have the clarity, and then they know, then they know what they have to do. Brad Garlinghouse stated that, these banks and so forth would just have to get broker-dealer licenses and they could start leveraging Ripple ODL. So it's an extra step they're going to have to take, but at least you have the clarity, right? Versus the ambiguity of, okay, what's happening? What should we do? No one wants to take the risk on something they don't know the definition or classification of, right? So Ryan is absolutely right here. And Ripple is a very big company with a lot of eyeballs on it, and a lot of investors. And obviously they have one of the top 3 crypto assets. So the SEC has to be careful here. And here Ryan continues. He says, fifth, the Howey test is broken. Ripple can set new precedents. Ripple has credible claims XRP is being used as a bridge asset today. Absolutely. Sure, the primary use is funding Ripple, but ODL is gaining steam if for no other reason than it's being faux de grace, if I'm saying that right, to equity partners. He says here, 6, this is clearly a parting shot at crypto from the Trump appointees before friendlier Dems are at the helm. Although note Ben Losky under Cuomo and Gene Sperling, Clinton NEA are no longer listed on the company's BOD page. When did they step down? He says here, finally, since my post on the company's affiliated charitable foundation last year, it's unclear whether they filed a subsequent annual report. Well, that's something else. But guys, he's right. and what he's talking about, this impacts the entire market. And I think based on what he said, and also what Stuart Alderati said, it sounds like they have an ace up their sleeve. They've got the political power behind them. You got Congressman Tom Emmer, Chris Giancarlo, and many others. They have former SEC people on their legal counsel. I mean, I think Ripple's going to be okay. Once again, they'll pay a fine and we'll move forward. And I think also, this parting shot was not was a bit planned, because remember what Brian Brooks from the OCC said. 6 to 8 weeks we will be seeing crypto regulations, which we've been talking about will open up a lot of the utility. And now this parting shot is trying to slow Ripple down, slow XRP down. So certainly a power play here, guys. And other people have weighed in as well. Bill Barth, who's the CEO of Abra, by the way, I'm setting up an interview with him. We're currently in the process of scheduling, so we'll talk about this. He even tweeted saying, why in the world would the SEC wait 8 years? That's the part that makes no sense. If each XRP sale was a security sale, they should have stopped them 7 years ago. Absolutely. That's why I called Jay Clayton a dick and an asshole, because this is clearly a personal attack, a slight, right? This is not a, hey, let's investigate every crypto company and so forth, and let's do our normal job. This is a slight. Hey, I'm on the way out. I'm going to jab you in the face, punch you in the face, and run out the door, right? That's why I said those things about Jay Clayton. Because if he did this 3 years ago, 4 years ago, and it was just part of the process like they did with Kick and the other companies, yeah, I get it. You're going down the list, right? This was different. This was different. So very, very, what a low ball move by Jay Clayton. And some people I'm disappointed in, guys. I'm a big fan of Anthony Pompliano. I met the guy in person. He's a smart guy, but he is just being just childish. He came out this morning tweeting about good morning to everybody except those who sell unregistered securities and all that. And Brad Garlinghouse did respond to this, by the way, saying, I am not an enemy of Bitcoin, never have been. I hold Bitcoin and I'm bullish, as I said on your podcast. Oh, and good morning to you also. So Pomp is trying to take shots at Brad. And also, it looks like Vitalik was also taking shots. But I kind of get his thing because, look, he's a creator of Ethereum. Ripple mentioned it's Chinese control. I get it. But he shouldn't have gone that way. He should have took the higher ground. And even CZ took the high ground saying, hey, let's be decentralized, but not divided. Let's help each other to grow the industry. Now, that's a leader. Now, that's somebody who's looking at things in the bigger picture, because we can't be siloed here. Guess what? At the end of the day, crypto is so small right now. We are the Davids versus the Goliaths right now, right? And we got to stick together, even though, hey, look, you may say, hey, I don't like XRP, I don't like Ripple. But at the same time, you shouldn't trash them, because we're all in the same boat right here. And that's essentially what CZ is saying, guys. So let's see how things play out. Like I said, there's no actual lawsuit yet, but I think this is a preemptive move, a bit of offense on Ripple's part to get ahead of it. And let's see what the SEC decides to do. Maybe this bad publicity for them will maybe change their minds. Maybe, I don't know, guys. We'll have to wait and see. Finally, guys, we talked about the Ledger customer data hack, which of course not good. I know some of you are very worried because your home addresses and so forth were released. And Ledger tweeted, there has been a new wave of phishing attacks taking place yesterday, threatening our users physically. Never pay ransom in any way. If you fear for your physical safety and believe you are in danger, make sure you contact your local authorities right away. So if anybody's emailing you saying, hey, pay ransom, or, threatening you in a physical way, be sure to contact the authorities, guys. Obviously not good. Somebody said here, one last gift from 2020. Thanks, guys. I really need this stress right now. And they said, hey, our intention was not to stress you out, but instead to raise awareness that these scams are taking place and that that one should not give in to them and should report them right away. We just wanted to make sure our customers were less vulnerable if targeted. So, man, this is not good. Not good at all. So guys, just keep your eyes and ears open. And, if you, once again, gets any type of contact threatening you, screenshot it, send it to the local authorities right away, guys. And be safe. This really sucks. And, look, I hope a lot of these guys are not real, will not take it to that physical part of showing up at your house. Hopefully it's just like, guys over in other countries who have the data, and it's just, something to a scare tactic. And let's hope that's what it is, right, guys? But as always, be safe. And let's hope this doesn't play out worse. Fingers crossed. Guys, what do you think about the SEC Ripple XRP news? I do believe Ripple has an ace up their sleeve based on what Stuart Alderati said, even Ryan Selkis. And I think Ripple might even get the backing of many other companies in the crypto market, because this just doesn't affect XRP. It affects every other crypto aside from Bitcoin and Ethereum. So leave your thoughts and comments below. Share this video. Hit the thumbs up button. I'll talk to you.